you guys are probably wondering, where in the world is Queen Bee? First you saw me in Hong Kong, then you saw me go back to Korea. 1 minute I was riding camels in Egypt. Anyway, so after Egypt, I came back to South Africa. And I want to explain to you guys why I had to go back to South Korea. So by the time I wanted to leave Hong Kong, the prices of tickets were so high. My own bestie, Cathay Pacific, was charging me 27,000 Rand. And I was like, KFC, 27,000. I'm not paying 27,000 Rand just for a one-way ticket. And then I looked at Qatar. Qatar was sitting around 28, 29. And I was like, Habibi, no, we are not doing that. Even considered getting a Chinese visa. That would have actually been quite a nice stop because I would have been able to do the Great Wall of China, something I've been wanting to do for many years now. I looked at flying from Shenzhen, Guangzhou, Shanghai, but I was like, nah, man, too much admin. China, running to the embassy and stuff. Let me see if maybe I can leave from South Korea. That's how I found that Etihad flight. There were actually two options. There was an Etihad flight that had a 7-hour layover in Abu Dhabi. Then there was also a 7-hour layover in Egypt. And I was like, yes. I get to kill two countries, on one trip. But then I was like, this is like a plus 40 hours kind of trip. Do you really want to be doing like a 7-hour layover, doing activities, traveling 4 hours on a flight, only to do other activities for 7 hours elsewhere? So I was like, nah, I'm exhausted. After Christmas in Hong Kong, guys, I was just exhausted because I was going out quite a lot. I was sipping. I was having the time of my life. Like Hong Kong always, it knows how to massage my heart. Let's just say that. I love it so much. So I was having a great time and I didn't want to do too much. So that's how I ended up taking the Egypt flight. I wasn't trying to go to Egypt because I was already over the whole Egypt thing when I left Korea. And then an update on work. What happened? Did I end up getting my money? Guys, unfortunately, I didn't get my money. Hey, I was so upset. But remember, I was issued a letter that said to me that if I continue going to work, it means that I'm using up my leave days at work. Honestly speaking, I'd had zero desire to be locked up in that viewless apartment in winter, taking days off. I wanted to travel to Gyeongju at some point, but then I was like, nah, screw that. I'm not in the mood. When I started feeling some type of way in Korea, when my mood started to dip, guys, I wanted to get the hell out of South Korea. It got to a point where sometimes on weekends I would go out and I wouldn't want to be around Koreans, which is so dumb because there are Koreans all over Korea, It got to a point where sometimes they'd look at me and I'll just be like, Begin when? Why are you looking at me? Don't touch me. Don't sit next to me. The way that they sometimes act with us? I started to feel like that, Some of them would come and touch my braids and I'll just be like, Hajima. I remember there was a time where an old lady was sitting next to me. No, I sat next to the old lady in the bus, right? Going to work in the morning. Guys, I kid you not. I sat down and a few seconds later, this lady is climbing all over me to get away from sitting next to me. She found me in such a bad mood. And I was like, don't do that, Hajima. How the hell do you jump all over me and touch me, but you don't want to sit next to me? And she caused such a scene in the bus. And I was just like, Hajima, ngizonitshela nina, don't do that. If you don't want to sit next to me, it's fine, move, but don't be jumping all over me and touching me and all. It was so uncomfortable. But anyway, I started to feel like, oh my gosh, I don't want to be in this country. I don't want to go to Busan anymore. I don't want to go to Seoul. Khiphe ngifuna ukuhamba. And that's when I was like, you know what? I have to make the difficult decision of leaving South Korea because I love South Korea so much. And I was not going to let a bad job turn me off from the country. Because the real truth as well is that there is nothing wrong with these countries. Yeah, sure, some of them are not as appealing as the others. But let's talk facts. The countries don't do anything to us. It's the people we work for. The bosses, directors, principals, supervisors, head teachers are the people who actually ruin our experiences in these countries. Sometimes it's the friends we meet or the co-workers that we work with. So I was like, I need to now start differentiating what the real problem is. The root of the problem is not South Korea. Korea is a beautiful country. I still have so much love and respect for it. It's the people that I was working for that made me feel some type of way. And so I was like, I need to leave now before things become worse. Sorry for digressing. So I continued going to work and I was like, my students make me happy. I enjoy my job. I would rather be teaching than taking off the 7 leave days. So obviously in the end, I didn't get paid. But the day before my last day, I was told that on my last day or the day that I move out, which was literally the day after I left work, I was not even trying to stay in Korea for 2 more extra days. I just wanted to be out. I was told to give the password to my apartment to one of the staff at work. And I was like, no, I'm not doing that. You guys were supposed to pay me on my last day. You're now changing your minds. I had a big fallout with my boss over this on Kakao. And I was telling her all sorts of things. I was telling her off because she needed to be told off. You know, my ex-boss, this lady took me on a ride. Her and her husband said that they would pay me on my last day for November and December, right? And I was like, that's perfect. I hope you are going to pay because I'm going to be staying in Korea till at least the 3rd of January. I'm not leaving this country without getting my money. And that's the thing with me, guys. You will never F around with me and my money. Maliam is our puma. I don't play around when it comes to my money, especially when I've worked very hard for it. Even if it was money that was donated to me, it's my money and I want it. So I said to them, it's fine. I'm going to stay put until you guys pay me my money and then I'm gonna leave. But little did they know that I was actually flying over to Hong Kong. And I love the fact that I decided to go to Hong Kong at this time because I knew that if these two didn't pay me back, I would easily fly back into Korea. And best believe, guys, I would have done that. For my money, I will do anything. I ended up going to Hong Kong and I waited for the day before Christmas to get paid. And once I then got paid, I released my password to them. I looked at my payslip and I was like, of course there's some money missing. I queried that and they got back to me to say, because you didn't work until the 25th, that's when we got paid, it's not seen as a full month. Hence why you're not getting the full salary. And I was like, whatever. Literally, I was just like, whatever. Let me forget about the 7 days. Although I did also file a case with the MOEL, which is the Ministry of Employment and Labor. I knew that I wouldn't be there to see the case through, but I was like, I'm gonna file anyway, so that next time one of the other teachers file, it will ring in their head that, aha, we actually had a complaint about this particular employer. So I then left things as they were. I didn't contact them again to find out where my money was at. I was just like, you know what? Take it as a donation. I'm giving you my salary of 7 days. Take it, do what you need to do with it. That's me showing you some love that you pretty much did not deserve. Anyway, so I left, right? And guys, let me tell you, when I left, my bosses, my ex-bosses, I need to correct that, did the unthinkable. Can you believe that? They decided it was a good idea for them to screw everyone over. I'm talking Korean staff, Korean teachers, foreign teachers. Eventually, foreign teachers started to leave. If you look back to the video where I said I was telling my boss off, I love how I did that. Do you think you're a great boss? No, you're not a good boss. If you're a normal boss, you'd be retaining your staff. You need to do some self-introspection. In that conversation, towards the end, if you guys remember, I said to my boss, the male one, You guys have got a good thing going. And I was referring to the program because the program was actually a great program. I said, you guys have got a good thing going, but you're going to ruin it. The way you are running this program, you are going to ruin it. And guess what, guys? I was absolutely correct. They actually ruined the program. It happened way sooner than what I thought it would have. But I knew that in a matter of a few months or so, they are going to run this beautiful thing down. And yes, they ran it right till the ground. So much that today, there is no English program. So even if I wanted to finish my contract and wait until April, I would have never been able to do so anyway. That's what happened at work, guys. I was feeling so bad when I left because I was like, no, man. This is the second contract that I'm leaving early. So you guys remember I left China within 3 weeks. And when my coworkers started acting crazy on me, I wanted to leave as well, but I was like, yo, this is like just over a month. Am I going to be leaving another contract? So when I left this contract after 8 months, a part of me did feel bad. And I was like, no, B, we can't be leaving contracts again. But then another part of me was like, girl, you're not happy. And you know when you're not happy, you don't stick around. And that's the thing with me, guys. I don't care who says what. You can come at me. I do not need to be in any situation that does not serve me. If I am not happy, I leave. As much as I love teaching and I love the ESL industry, I'm not desperate for these opportunities. So I don't actually have to stay if I don't want to stay. Moving on from Korea, I've been back at home. What have I been doing? Guys, one thing that has hit me terribly is reverse culture shock. I remember when Boosie was speaking about this 2 years ago when she left Korea. She spoke about the issue of reverse culture shock when she got back to South Africa. And I mean, it made sense because Boosie was in Korea for about 5 years. And when I got home, I felt like I was hit with the same thing because I was like, what is this? Where am I? I felt weird. I felt like I didn't belong. You know, when I got back, I felt like I was a guest in my own country, which doesn't make sense. I felt like I'm here on a temporary basis and I'm gonna leave. I'm definitely not here permanently. Why? I was like, no, what's going on? You know, and I've been trying to find things to do that are outside of the normal things that I do. I mean, I'm always indoors. I'm a homebody, right? I'm always indoors. If I'm not indoors, I am outdoors by myself with friends. I'm outdoors with family. And I had to think back to say, what were you doing before? Yes, I go out and dine out. I specialize in that a lot. You'll see it in the next video. There's hiking that I'm probably not gonna go do. There's groove that I don't participate in. There's like these soul sessions and festivals that I don't participate in. What else should I be doing? So since coming back, I've been struggling to find my feet again. Guys, I kid you not, within 2 months, I was like, okay, my feet are starting to itch. Where in the world should I go? Where must I travel to? I need to be out there again. I miss the walking. And I say this as well because I realize something. When I am abroad, exercising comes naturally. My body is always moving. I'm always active. I'm losing weight as well. Even though I'm having fried chicken every weekend, I'm losing weight. But at home, guys, I am so lazy. I mean, we've got a gym here, but I'm still so lazy to even walk on the treadmill. I eat everything and anything that I've been missing. Part of the reason why I'm gaining so much weight as well. But I'm so relaxed. It's so comfortable. And as much as it's lovely that I'm waking up at 10 in the morning, my TV is right here. I turn on my electric blanket. Sometimes I get porridge in bed. Guys, it's amazing. It's been great. I love it here. But Dora the Explorer is already itching to go somewhere else to explore, whether it's traveling or, I don't know, doing some other random fun job out there. But I'm in the mood again to be out and about. So I hope that God has got great things in store for me. That man always has things up his sleeve. You know, you never know what big man has got. But I am excited to see what the rest of the year is going to look like on my end. I've been having the best year ever. These past 4 months, 8, and they owe me absolutely nothing. Happy is an understatement of how I feel, guys. I wish I could actually fully express how I feel inside, but I don't even know how to do it. I don't even have the words to share with you guys. Just a few months ago, I was in tears, hated my job, don't want to be in Korea anymore. I felt so low. Mentally, I felt like I was struggling. And a few months later, look at me now. Look at me now. Who's smiling now? So I just wanted to come on to here to say I'm good. I'm back in South Africa. I'm excited to be back at home. Looking forward to winter. I think so. My winter clothes actually just arrived. I sent them off in December. They arrived in March. And yeah, so I'm good for winter. My winter clothes are here. I didn't want to travel with too many suitcases. So if you are in Korea, guys, you can actually send your clothing and stuff back home to South Africa using the Korean Post Office. Yes, they are not going to lose your stuff. Trust me, I did it. I paid around 121,000 Korean wons for 2 big boxes. And when I received them at the post office here, I paid around 680 Rand. I've been trying to incorporate different parts of my life to see what's going to work going forward for the future of this channel. I've put in some traveling things that I'm really excited about. I'm hoping that the travel content also picks up. I also have a video that I'm gonna upload soon after this one, just showing you guys what I've been getting up to at home. You guys actually need to let me know, is that the kind of stuff you want to see? Don't you want to see that? I mean, you're in charge of the channel. The channel is yours. You guys are the bosses. You tell me what to do and I will do it, okay? And the other thing I want to actually start doing is a Q&A or an all about me video. I have never ever done this, so I want to see if this is gonna work out. Perhaps we can have it after the 2 videos I'm gonna post. I will do a post on this on Instagram. I will do a post on YouTube as well. And leading up to me wanting to shoot the video, I'll just keep reminding you guys, because once I leave this ESL industry, I would still like to keep my channel up. I want to show you guys what life is like after teaching in Asia. So yeah, let's see how things go. But for now, I don't have anything else to say, but I'm back. I'm back, I'm good, I'm doing very well. Thank you so much for your love and your support. I will see you in the next video.